Hello, the Pioneer viewers. I hope you're healthy and well. We continue to convey the Russia-Ukraine war to you with all the details. The war, which continues intensely on the front, shows us the moves of the parties. Many analyses and evaluations are made for the war that continues actively. At this point, one of the most important indicators is the emergence of the critical developments in the background as well as developments in the course of the front line. The Ukrainian army has shown an active struggle for existence since the first days of the war. In recent days, there have been changes at some critical points in the Ukrainian army. The head of the Ukrainian army has changed. As such, people have become curious. Each leader has his own style and understanding of the management. For this reason, leaders' strategies and approaches to events are quite different. Important breakthroughs are expected for the Ukraine in the new period. In the 2 years following the start of Russia's invasion attempt against Ukraine, there have been many conflicts. At many points, the parties have made gains against each other. Countless targets were destroyed in the operation organized. The war, which did not go in the direction Russia wanted, caused great anxiety and collapse in Moscow. The Russian economy was badly affected at the war, which Russia initially expected to end soon, dragged on. The upcoming elections were another crisis point in Russia. In Russia, a strained society and a squeezed energy are causing people to openly express their anger. The authoritarian Moscow administration, on the other hand, prevents and does not want the public to react. In the light of these events, researchers shows that Russia's national security is at its worst under Putin's rules. Let's take a look at the new commander of the Ukrainian army and the latest developments in Russia's national security. As the Pioneer, we continue to cover the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map report and report on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. The new commander-in-chief of Ukraine, who was appointed by President Zelensky the other day, shared his strategy in a statement. Ukrainian Colonel General Alexander Syrsky made his first public statement since the appointment as Kiev's commander-in-chief. He said that the changes and continuous improvements of the Ukrainian armed forces are necessary to win the war against Russia. Syrsky was appointed by the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, replacing former Commander-in-Chief General Valery Zaluzhny, who had had the post since July 2021. In a post on his social media, Syrsky thanked the soldiers who fought for their fight against the Russian invasion and praised their success, professionalism, dedication to the defense of the motherland. New tasks are on the agenda. The new commander-in-chief of Ukraine continued. He shared his idea, saying that he wants a clear and detailed planning of the actions of military governing bodies, associations, connections, and units, taking into account needs of the front in the latest weapons from the international partners. Among the tasks listed by Syrsky is to know the fastest and most rational distribution and delivery of everything necessary for the war. He also stated that knowing the needs of the Ukraine's special troops on the front line is a goal for the headquarters of the armed forces at all levels. He emphasized that the life and health of soldiers is the main value of the Kiev armed forces and promises to maintain a balance between the performance of combat missions and the restorations of units. The commander laid out the methodology, saying that only the change and continuous improvements of the means and methods of warfare will continue and will make it possible to achieve success on the peace path. But the strong and reliable infrastructure is a key factor for overall success in war, he added. There is a lot of news about the new commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian army. Everyone knows him as a successful soldier. Syrsky, who has proven his success many times in his previous positions, will now work in the highest rank of the Ukrainian army. Before assuming the role of the commander-in-chief, the 58-year-old Syrsky served as the commander of the Ukrainian ground forces and was also in charge of Kiev's successful counteroffensives against Russia in the fall of 2022. With the new changes, the Ukrainian army is expected to adopt a move and more effective approach. The Ukrainian army is fighting a tough battle with both offensive and defensive positions in the many parts of the front. The new commander-in-chief, who is known to have a tough nature, is expected to follow an aggressive method: destruction of all the occupation troops on the Ukrainian territory. How the Ukrainian army, which focuses on destroying all the occupation troops on the Ukrainian territory, will achieve this strategy evaded by everyone. While developments in Ukraine continue to unfold, a different agenda seems to have emerged in Russia. The emerging news also reveals the reason for the tension in Russia. According to studies conducted by the independent researchers, Russia's national security success has fallen to the worst level in recent days. In 2023, the attacks in Russia more than tripled compared to the previous years. They also reached the highest level in the 2 decades. The researchers analyzed annual data from the Russian Interior Ministry starting in 2003, 3 years into Vladimir Putin's first term as president. The data analyzed covered a long period. By 2005, registered attacks had more than halved to 203. Over the 20 years analyzed by the researchers, there were fewer than 150 terrorist attacks, reaching 15 in 2015. However, since the start of Vladimir Putin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, this number has increased significantly, suggesting that Russia is much less safe than it was before that the war on terrorism began. In 2022, the first year of the war, there were 127 attacks, while in 2023, this number rose to 410. Moscow is dealing with serious security weaknesses. Many military registration offices across Russia has started recruiting soldiers with mobilization announcements. Soldiers fleeing from these points are characterized by Moscow as acts of terrorism. In addition, Kiev's attacks against Russian targets are also characterized as terrorist attacks by the Kremlin. In line with the data and indicators obtained, it is possible to say that Russia is in the most insecure and restless period of the last 2 decades. The mood of the Russian people has deteriorated due to the war. The people of Russia, who have suffered huge decline in their living standards due to the war, want this situation to improve. What do you think about the new commander of the Ukrainian army? Do you think the new commander of the Ukrainian army can lead Ukraine to victory? What do you think about the public order problems in Russia? Do you think Russia is really experiencing the most dangerous times in the years? We care about your opinion. Please share it with us.
Ёпана в рот, блядь.